Hey y'all, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are making caramelized onion, parmesan, garlic, mashed potatoes with Instant Pot mushroom, feta, and herb stuffed whole chicken alongside sauteed green beans with turkey bacon. Y'all, I just found out about caramelized onion potatoes in general. I was looking for caterers for my wedding, and honestly, I have been missing out my whole life. As you can see, I made the water of the potatoes as salty as the sea, and I'm also chopping up these onions, which will be a part of the stuffed chicken as well as the caramelized onions. And here we have my seasonings and my olive oil that I will be using throughout this entire recipe. Everything will be seasoned with the same exact thing. I'm going to go ahead and blend it all together. I honestly kind of put like a teaspoon of each seasoning, and then I mix it up all well. And then before I even began to cook my chicken, I always give it a olive oil bath so they can kind of be a little crispy. Well, it's more of a massage than a bath, but you get the gist. And then I flip him over and go ahead and rub in the olive oil throughout his whole body. I just want everything to be well greased so that the cooking process is even. And here you see me mixing all of the seasonings together with the fork. And here I'm adding a generous amount of seasoning and also a massage so that he can feel all nice and good, so he can taste all nice and good as well. Then I flipped him over and did the same thing on his belly side because this is where the breast is. And honestly, y'all, we want the whole chicken to be seasoned and good. All right, so now the potatoes are ready to be drained. So I went ahead and drained them, and I'm gonna place them back in the pot. I did rinse these, however, you don't have to. I added a lot of salt, and my fiance is not for the salt, so I rinsed these off so I can kind of start over. But that's not required if you are a salt enjoyer or whatever the case is, but I did rinse these potatoes off. So now the potatoes are back in the pot with more water. I added milk, but don't add too much because you don't want it too soupy. Be mindful and cook this very slow because it will scorch on the bottom. And here I'm just chopping up the mushrooms because the mushrooms will be stuffed inside of the whole turkey. All right, so we added our potatoes back in with the water, and we also added milk. And now we're just gonna go ahead and add in the seasoning as well as butter. In hindsight, I would have added more butter at the beginning because I end up adding more butter at the end. However, it's best to use less and add more at the end because it's just easier that way. And then I added sour cream because it just makes the potatoes creamier. Here we have the stuffing for the chicken, which is mushrooms, onions, cilantro, feta cheese, and Parmesan. Together, this was amazing. All right, so now I'm going ahead and stuffing the chicken with the filling that I created. I am not using gloves because it's just my fiance and myself that's going to be enjoying this meal. However, if we were having company that was gonna, enjoy this meal with us, I would have to use gloves. Or if you do not like touching raw meat, just go ahead and put some gloves on and just stuff that bad boy. And here I got some string. It's some type of food string for like chicken and turkey. I don't know the name of it, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it around and tie the legs together so that everything can cook evenly. All right, so I am injecting this turkey with some melted butter. Also have in garlic as well as thyme and rosemary. However, when it comes to injections, because the opening hole is so small, I do not recommend putting herbs. Just put some seasoning in there with some butter and just call it a day. And it's very late, so I went ahead and put it in my Instant Pot. And with putting it in the Instant Pot, it does cook for about, I would say 45 minutes. But when it came out in the Instant Pot, I did go ahead and put it in the oven to broil for about 5 minutes. Not too long. I just wanted some browning. Now I'm preparing for the caramelized onions. So I have some olive oil and some butter. I'm gonna let that melt down. All right, so I've added my onions to the hot oil and butter. I'm adding in red cooking wine along with some apple cider vinegar. You can use white vinegar. I think you should use white vinegar, but I didn't have any, so I used what I had, which was apple cider vinegar. I'm gonna go ahead and caramelize these onions. All right, let's get into these green beans. So I put some olive oil in the pan, brought it to heat, and I'm adding in my turkey bacon. I eat pork, but my fiance does not, so we're gonna do the turkey bacon today. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add my onions as well, and just give them a little saute until they're a little bit translucent. All right, so now we're adding in vegetable broth because flavor, y'all. We're not gonna use water, we're gonna use vegetable broth in this case. All right, so now let's add in our green beans. I got my green beans from the produce aisle, which was already washed and clipped. If you want to get fresh green beans and clip them and wash them and all the other stuff, good for you. I commend you. However, this is a midweek meal for me, and honestly, I put in so much work already with this meal that I wanted a little shortcut. And then I added in some garlic or some minced garlic because honestly, when it comes to my vegetables, I stand beside minced garlic or garlic in general. Honestly, call a thing a thing. When it comes to anything, I stand by garlic. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add in my caramelized onions to my mashed potatoes or my Parmesan and garlic mashed potatoes. You know, these potatoes have so much flavor. I can't see how this can't be a favorite. Like, these are my favorite now. I can't even do mashed potatoes without the onions nowhere because why would I do that? But anyway, I went ahead and mixed everything together, and these are really done at this point. And so I added more butter, like I told you guys earlier, and voila. We have caramelized onion, Parmesan, garlic, mashed potatoes, and I must say, you got to try this, girl. And, okay, so I have a knife sharpener, but I'm not the best at carving chicken or turkey. But I did my best. I did what I had to do. I took those legs off, and you see how tender that chicken is, girl. That bone came off. And I went ahead and just tried to go ahead and, you know, get it ready for serving. It's time to eat now. This is my favorite part. It is crispy and still juicy. Instant Pots ain't never did me wrong. I see now for Thanksgiving, I'm gonna need somebody to carve the turkey because, I mean, I'm getting the job done, but it could be better for sure. All right, so y'all, let's plate. So I have the mashed potatoes with the butter, added the chicken, and now the homemade from scratch gravy. If you ain't cooking homemade gravy from scratch, can you even cook? That's questionable. And there you have it, y'all, the finished product. If you like this meal, please give a like. If you have anything to add, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. If you know anyone who would enjoy making this, go ahead and share this to them. If you'd like to see more, go ahead and subscribe. And to be notified, go ahead and hit that bell. Thank you for watching. Bye.